最初はこちら、ラフィエット通り双方にあるんですけれども、シュプリムというね、スプレーも書いてありますけど、ここはですね、ヒップホップの洋服屋でもあるんですけれども、もっとなんていうのかな、スケートボーリングのお店として有名なんですよね。こちらに来てみましょう。どうぞ。広いでしょ。これはね、なんでこういうふうに広く撮ってあるかっていうと、ここでボードを試せるようになってる。ここにいろんな方々が来てますけれども、そしてお店のチャッピーチャッピー、この方を聞いてみましょう。What's up, チャッピー？チャッピーは前にですね、日本に住んでた、ね、何ヶ月か住んでたことがあるんですけど。
Supreme opened its first store April of 1994 in New York. Now in 2020, there are a total of 12 stores located in the United States, Japan, the United Kingdom, and France. How did Supreme expand from a small shop in New York City to a multinational company? Sup with me, we'll share the history of Supreme store openings over the past years. When Supreme started selling items, buyers from Japan would pick some specific items like tees, hoodies, and hats, requesting the entire stock from James. James wasn't willing to sell them the whole stock of items, but he could feel that Japanese people truly liked his items and the atmosphere of the Supreme store. In 1996, Omura, who owned 1 Gram, a clothing wholesale and distribution company in Japan, told James that he wanted to open a Supreme store in Japan. This meeting completely changed James' vision. In a 2010 Supreme book interview, James Shibuya said, "Up until that point, I had simply looked at Supreme as a skateboard store and not really a brand itself." In 1998, Omura opened 3 stores within a 6-month period in Japan. They were in Tokyo, Osaka, and Fukuoka. They were all doing very well. James realized he had to speed up the launch of goods to supply the sales in the Japanese stores. At the time, there were already many popular fashion brands in Japan, like A Bathing Ape, Neighborhood, and Mad Hectic. In 1998, James chose to open his first overseas store in Daikanyama, Tokyo, instead of a place with more thriving popular fashion, such as Shinjuku or Harajuku, because he believed that the environment in Daikanyama was quieter and consumers would be more sensible. That year, the box logo tee named Grid was launched. That same year, Supreme opened its second Japanese store in Osaka, the second largest city in Japan. It was relocated to Nishiku, Osaka City in 2012. This store did not release a box logo tee for the launch. The store was decorated with a large yellow statue hanging from the ceiling, Angel, created by Mark Gonzalez, a skateboarder and artist who often worked with Supreme. This Osaka store also set a precedent for this style of interior design. Also in 1998, Supreme opened its 3rd Japanese store in Fukuoka. The Fukuoka store was physically the world's smallest Supreme store until 2019. Supreme doesn't allow customers to take pictures inside the stores, so very few people know what the store really looked like. It was arguably the most rarely visited Supreme store at that time. This shop did not launch an opening box logo tee either. It wasn't until 2004 that Supreme opened its second domestic store in LA. They chose the location to be in Fairfax, near a suburban area rather than downtown. Similar to when James opened the first store in New York, the reasoning being that there were no other shops nearby and the rent was cheaper. The store was twice as large as the first store in New York, and it had small and medium-sized wood skateboard bowls. The venue was designed by Steve Badgett from the Simparch art team. The shop became a gathering place for many professional skateboarders. Since the store is near the Jewish North Fairfax area, the Hebrew box logo tee was launched when the store opened. The address of the store was printed on the back of the t-shirts. This set a precedent for printing the address and phone numbers on the back of opening box logo tees. Soon after opening the store, many other brands opened their stores in Fairfax as well, such as Diamond and A Bathing Ape. 2 years later, in 2006, Supreme opened its 4th Japanese store in Harajuku, Tokyo. The store is located in an area with other hype fashion brand stores, such as Double Taps, Bape, and Bounty Hunter. The store is located on the 2nd floor above a local Japanese streetwear store and has a large window overlooking the streets of Harajuku. The wall has a large picture of the Supreme skateboard team and photos of other items or celebrities taken by photographer Ari Marcopoulos. The opening box logo tee of the Harajuku store was snakeskin, which was available in 4 colors. Supreme's fifth Japanese store opened in September of 2008, located in the Sakai Entertainment District of Nagoya. There are many other hype fashion brands nearby, such as Bape, Visvim, and Stussy Japan. The design of the shop is inspired by the photos from photographer Ari Marcopoulos and the sculpture Angel by Marc Gonzalez. The gold leaf box logo tee was released at its opening. By 2011, Supreme was already a world-renowned brand. At the time, Michael Kopelman, the founder of Gimme 5, a streetwear brand from London who was also an early Stussy tribe member, helped Supreme grow in London, which is Supreme founder James Jebbia's hometown. Supreme opened its first European store September of 2011. The London store became the first split-level store with a massive angel in the middle of the winding staircase, acting as separation between the street-level checkout and below-ground clothing racks. The opening of the store even influenced the skateboarding scene in London and allowed Supreme to gain more popularity in Europe. The opening box logo tee of the London store includes the Union Jack representing the British flag. During the following year, 2012, Supreme opened its third Tokyo store in Shibuya in September, which became the sixth store in Japan. This became both the largest and the busiest of the Supreme stores in Japan. In the center of the store is a 10-foot Marc Gonzalez human-faced, lion-bodied sculpture, Schminks. Walls have been decorated with huge bullet marks designed by artist Nate Lowman. The shop's opening box logo tee, Bullet Hole, is from this designer as well. Supreme opened its second European store in the epicenter of fashion culture, Paris, March of 2016. The store is located in the Le Marais district. This shop features Priest by Marc Gonzalez, which is a praying sculpture that stands about 7 feet tall. The graffiti on the wall is also inspired by his artwork Skull and Angel. The opposite wall features a photo collage by artist Weirdo Dave. The opening tee of the Paris store is the Bonjour Madame box logo tee. During October of 2017, Supreme opened its second New York store in Williamsburg, Brooklyn's premium area. The interior design of the store was a complete copy of the Supreme LA store. The opening box logo tee of the Brooklyn store features yellow and brown camouflage. In 2019, Supreme's first store, which was on Lafayette Street, closed indefinitely due to issues including store space and issues queuing people. A temporary store on Bowery was opened instead. This store features a sculpture, Shmoo, by Marc Gonzalez in the center. Since this store is a temporary store, there was no box logo tee for the opening. In October 2019, 2 years after receiving the Carlyle Group's investment, Supreme opened a second store in California. It's next to a cafe on Market Street in downtown San Francisco. The interior of the store is also designed after the LA store with a wooden skateboard venue. There are also 3 prayer sculptures by Marc Gonzalez. The San Francisco box logo tee was dropped when the store opened. From the first store in New York in 1994 to the 12th store in San Francisco in 2019, Supreme has been around for a total of 25 years. Over the years, they have stuck to their original principles, carefully designing each season's items, leaving consumers hungry to see what's next for the brand. That's about all for today. In the next episode, we'll talk about Supreme's design team. If there are any inaccuracies, please leave a comment below. Let's discuss it together. Let us know what you want to see or hear from Sub With Me in the comments. If you like our content, please continue to watch our videos and consider subscribing. Please remember to stay healthy during this time, and we'll see you in the next video.